Pam pam parim pam. Algeria versus Cameroon in the World Cup playoff, Thursday, 25th of March 2022, 6 p.m. European time at the Douala Stadium in Cameroon. So, big game for both countries. The first of two-legged tie. Who will go through to the World Cup? Algeria or Cameroon? So, let's get straight into this. Both managers know how important this game is for themselves, for the team, and for the country. Jamal Belmadi, the Algeria manager who got Algeria to one of the best unbeaten streaks of all time in football, but then slumped to a last place in the group behind Sierra Leone, Equatorial Guinea, and Ivory Coast, whilst Cameroon came third as the host nation. In Cameroon, they sacked their manager, or they don't have him anymore, and got a new manager in a former player. So it's a big job for him, and he really wants to show everything and get Cameroon to the World Cup. I myself don't like the way that the African qualification is done. I think maybe a bit more nations would go through and a bit more guaranteed nations, because it's very sad that one of these teams can't go to the World Cup. Belmadi and the Cameroon manager will do absolutely everything with the players they have and to win this game. Of course, this game is played in Cameroon, so they will have the fans behind them, but they are used to it. They played the AFCON here, whilst Algeria only played 3 games and that's it, whilst Cameroon played all of their games. So it's a big game for both countries, for both managers, and that it's a different stage. I mean, Belmadi has been at Algeria for a long time now and has really brought up a very strong lineup, whilst this will be his first game, the Cameroon manager. So it's two different perspectives for both managers, but both know how much this game means to them. No suspensions, injuries, or COVID-related accidents from the Algerian national team or the Cameroon national team. Looking at the predicted lineup from Algeria, so we have Mboulhi in goal, Yusuf Attal at right back, Issa Mandi and Bedran in the centre back positions, Ben Sebaini at the left back position, midfield consisting of Zerouki, Firoli and Ben Nasser, an attack of Mahrez, Slimani and Bilaili. Very good lineup. It's the strong lineup that Algeria usually go for. It has balance, it has attack, it has defense, it has experience, it has young hunger, it has leadership. So Slimani, Mahrez, Mboulhi, Firoli, old players who have done it and will do more, but a lot of these players were a key role in us winning AFCON in 2019, apart from Zerouki and Bedran. But as I said, very strong lineup, and I know, they know, everyone knows that it was a complete debacle. So disappointing what they did in Cameroon in the AFCON. They know that to salvage something, they have to reach the World Cup. Belmadi knows that, the players know that, the nation knows that. So it's a big game. First off, away game, very hard, but the most important game, the second leg, is at home. So go there, do everything you have, feel that you have nothing to lose, you have only stuff to gain and win. That's a problem. We can't be underestimating Cameroon, because as I said, they came third in the AFCON, and we were one of the worst teams in the competition. So we are the underdogs. We have to look up to them. We have to be inspired about what they did in the AFCON and try to achieve something similar. A lot of key players, but Mahrez knows how much this means for him, his legacy for Algeria. He has already been considered as one of the top legends, and maybe if he continues like he has done, the best Algerian player of all time. But this is where the best players do what they need to do. If he can qualify Algeria to the World Cup, he will be remembered for ages in Algeria. And he had a really disappointing AFCON, as as the other players did, missed a penalty as well against Ivory Coast. So he will need to get back, and he has been sensational in 2022 so far for Manchester City. So he really has no excuse to not perform here. Ale Mahrez, Ale Algeria. Taking a look at Cameroon, as well, as I said, they have no absentees. Their form is looking 4 wins in their last 6 games. It's good. It's looking good for Cameroon. They topped a group with Ivory Coast, Mozambique, and Malawi. So topping group versus Ivory Coast is really big, and Cameroon know that this is another time for them to shine after that incredible performance in the AFCON. They were the host nation, and a lot of people thought, all right, the host nations always go somewhere, but Cameroon really surprised everyone, and they played really good football, and they had one key man, Vincent Aboubakar, who we will talk about more. This is their predicted lineup. So Unana in goal, Mbiazo, Fai, Mukudi, Castelletto in the defense, Gue, Anguissa and Ongla in the midfield, and Nagamaliu, Toko and Kambi, and Aboubakar in the attack. So Onana, very great goalkeeper, very good, one of the best in Africa. And the defense, Mbaizo, Fai, Mukudi, Castelletto, very, very good defensive line. They were really great at the AFCON. Anguissa, Guit, and Ongla. Anguissa, as we all know, very good player and has been very good for Napoli this season, competing for that Serie A title. And then we have Toko and Kambita Gamelio on the wings, and Aboubakar, the danger man for Cameroon. So it's a very conservative lineup, and they know what they have to do. These players were a key instrumental role in the AFCON, and they know that if they just played the way they did, they will probably have a great time against Algeria. Aboubakar, as I said, the danger man, and Algeria's backline, especially Isamandi and Bedran and maybe Blamri, need to keep an eye out on him, scoring 8 goals in 7 games for Cameroon in the AFCON. So let's keep an eye out on him. Very dangerous man, and we keep on going, wanting to go to the World Cup stage to show everyone how good he is. The last game between the two countries was a 2-0 victory for Cameroon in the World Cup qualification in 2017. I couldn't find that many pictures, that's why it's very low quality, but this game doesn't really affect anything. But it's pretty much the same game. Now it's, of course, more on the stakes, but it was a World Cup qualifying game. Now it's, yet again, 5 years later, Algeria versus Cameroon. And my prediction for the first game is a 1-1 draw between the two nations in Cameroon, and everything will be played for at Algeria. I'm not sure if home and away goals are still here. I believe so. I only think they have got rid of them in the Champions League. But I believe that Cameroon, them coming so close to the AFCON and playing so good, will affect them maybe a bit badly mentally, because this game doesn't mean as much because they have already achieved something, whilst Algeria were abysmal and will need to do everything to come to that World Cup, because they know how disappointing and how ashamed they will be of themselves if they don't get something. So I think that Algeria will start off very good, Cameroon putting some pressure on, but Algeria getting a goal from maybe a penalty by Mahrez in the first half. Cameroon will score again, but I can see this being a very tight game. Both teams playing very... This game will be more close than the second one, I believe. This game they will try to learn from the opposition, play low-risk football, whilst the other game will be a great game to watch in Algeria. So make sure to comment down below what's your prediction for this game. Like this video for more previews. You should subscribe to the channel, and have a nice day. 1, 2, 3. Viva l'Algérie!